Things are just so sad, so depressing. Hmm. Is that you? Are you someone who is sad a lot of time, depressed even, and you feel sad over almost anything going on within your life because you're not happy with who you are? That's what we're talking about in this video. So hello everyone, my name is Autumn Asphodel, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing how to never be sad again. Sadness doesn't have to be something that you are. Instead, you can be happy. So enjoy the video. Being happy is a choice, just as being sad is a choice. I know that may sound difficult to hear for some people, but that's the truth of the matter. We choose to be upset, angry, and even happy depending on our life circumstances. We can have everything we desire, wealthy, a loving family, our ideal home and job, and yet still be sad. Likewise, we may have nothing and be happy. But how can you choose happiness over sadness and truly never be sad again? We must first understand expectations. It's impossible to never feel an emotion. Doing so would cause us to be in a state of denial. Rather, we can greatly reduce how we are impacted by the emotions and experience them far less often. If you are sad and depressed much of the time, it's about inverting that so you are truly and genuinely happy most of the time. You also don't want to be in a state of blissful ignorance, where you prevent yourself from having negative thoughts and say everything is fine when you know it isn't. Sadness and happiness are emotions, but they're also a choice. You can choose to view something as very negative and you get sad about it, or you can choose something in a much more optimistic light and be happy about it. The main difference is that everyone is going to interpret these situations very differently of one another. So what may be sad to one individual could be happy for another. It really depends on the circumstances, and it ultimately comes down to you. What makes you sad? What makes you happy? What can you do to lessen the things that make you sad and instead focus more on the things that make you happy? To never be sad again is to be happy. Easier said than done. You want to analyze the reasons you're sad. Why are you feeling sad? It's normal to have situational sadness, such as when you lose someone important to you, or something suddenly happens that shakes up your life. These are normal situations to be sad about, and it often goes away in time. However, if you have chronic sadness and depression, then that's where you need to analyze the reasons. You'll often find that you are sad because you're lacking something in life. You want something you cannot have. You don't have a good paying job, or you don't have a spouse, or have no friends. This is sadness caused by the lack of something. Next is to change your perception of what you lack. When you want something, that means it's out of reach for you and you cannot have it. All this creates is want. Instead, you have to change your mind to be someone who has those things already. If you desire love in your life and get upset that you cannot find a partner, usually the biggest obstacle is our own minds creating the want and not the have. Once you stop caring about the want and start living as if you have, you'll notice that what you truly desire will come into your life. It may not make sense, but what this technique does is change your focus towards not what you are lacking, but what you have. Gratitude is a major component of happiness. Can you be grateful for everything in your life, including negative things? Most people cannot and dwell on the negative. If instead you show gratitude for the negative things that have happened to you, to help you be a better person, and be grateful for everything you have in your life now, and what you will have in the future, then you'll experience happiness. Smiling and laughter is another important component to happiness. Whatever you are doing right now, smile and laugh, and you'll see how much it brightens up your day. It's remarkable just how this little technique can pick you up after you've been under extreme stress and depression. Following these techniques by realizing you are enough and you are worthy of love and success, you begin to allow happiness to flow through you. Sadness may still be part of your life, but it will no longer control you. Rather, you'll be happy most of the time, even during bad days. Smile and see just how much life has to offer. Let me know how this works for you. Have a great day. If you're sad a lot of time, You have to be able to understand why you are sad. What is the core reason why you are sad? What does that go down to? A lot of times it is due to a lack of something. You lack something within your life. So what you do then is you get upset about it because you want something, but you cannot have that thing. You have to change that perspective because what you want is never anything you're going to get. Rather, anything that you want is going to be something that is far off in the distance. You have to be able to focus on what you have and being grateful for the things that you have in order to turn those wants into you have. So changing those things is one of the most beneficial things you can do to change your perspective. And on top of that, just smile. Seeing someone else smile, you smiling as well, can bring a lot of positivity into you. It really can. So just give yourself a smile, even if it's just very briefly or when you're feeling down, and you will just notice something, some sort of positive thing happen, but it has to be genuine. So just smile, and I'm sure you'll notice something great there. So I'm really curious to hear what your thoughts are on this topic. Let me know. I'm really curious to hear if maybe smiling, all these gratitude techniques and figuring out the reasons why you're sad, what that's able to help you do, how you're able to then be happier instead of sad. I'm really curious to hear it. So you take care, have a great one, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.